Welcome back to News and Views. Let's talk boxing now with our expert Paul Upham. Uppy, as always, mate, thanks for coming in.
Great to be here.
OK, Sunday, Miguel Cotto versus Floyd Mayweather, the fight that a lot of boxing fans all across the universe have been waiting for. How do you see this one panning out?
Well, it's the biggest fight of the year so far. A lot of people would have loved to see Floyd Mayweather Jr. against Manny Pacquiao, the two #1 fighters in the world pound for pound. Now, that's an A-plus opponent for Mayweather, Pacquiao, but Miguel Cotto is actually an A-level opponent. He's a great fighter, 37-2, great record, world titles in 3 weight classes, and I think it's going to be a very, very good contest. This is not a walkover for Floyd Mayweather. It's a very, very good, impressive fight, and the fans should really support it because it's the biggest fight of the year so far, no doubt about it.
So, what have you made of all the trash talk leading up to this? There's actually often been... It seems like Floyd Mayweather has given Cotto a few, pointers and almost few, pats on the back, and they almost like feeding his ego. It's very unlike him, isn't it?
Well, no Mayweather fight goes by without a lot of trash talk. That's Floyd Mayweather Jr. But what he does is he actually talks his opponent up, and the last couple of days he sort of tears him down and goes back to the money Mayweather style. As far as he's concerned, at 42-0, 26 knockout wins, he's the best fighter in the world, and he'll say he's the best fighter in history, and he's going to prove it. But at the age of 35, can he maintain the level that he's had over the last few years? That's the big question mark. At what stage is he going to slow down a little bit, and has he got the skills to compensate?
Yeah, I don't see a knockout happening in this one. I mean, Cotto's definitely a world-class fighter, as you mentioned, and I worry too, watching snippets of 24/7, the amount of burgers and fries that Floyd Mayweather's been... I don't know whether he's taking this fight too seriously, judging by that.
Well, that's actually the key for Cotto, that Mayweather's moving up in weight. He's only had one fight before at junior middleweight. When Cotto lost to Manny Pacquiao a couple of years ago, he actually had to get down to 144 pounds, which is not his natural weight class. Cotto's going to be a lot stronger at 154 at junior middleweight. Mayweather's actually moving up, and that's why he can eat this fast food. It is quite surprising to see an elite athlete like that eating, fast food.
I liked it, to be honest.
It's Mayweather. He does it his own way. He plays, shoots hoops at 2 o'clock in the morning. He gets out at run at that time.
Hangs out
He's
with
different.
50 Cent.
He does his own thing, and that's why he's controversial. He says what he wants. He does what he wants. 24/7. You got to see him. He went to the local store, 50 Cent. They dropped 11,000 cash on new shoes for his girlfriend.
He carries around a bag full of wads of $10,000 stacks of greenbacks.
He's Money Mayweather. The guy's pulling $40 million a fight. $40 million US a fight. He's a very well-paid athlete.
Do you buy into the theory, though, that this is a consolation fight? Because obviously everyone wants to see Mayweather-Pacquiao, and we're starting to wonder whether it's ever going to happen now. But do you see this as a consolation fight?
No, it's a great fight in its own right. I was trying to think today, what fight does this remind me of in the 80s, the great fights? Possibly like a Sugar Ray Leonard versus a Roberto Duran. I don't think Cotto's exactly Duran, but certainly Floyd Mayweather Jr. is like a Sugar Ray Leonard, if not better than Leonard. You've got to give him his props. He is a great fighter, one of the all-time greats, but he needs to prove it. Everyone wants to see him against Manny Pacquiao. But Miguel Cotto is not a give me. He's 31 years of age. He's only 2 losses. There's controversy surrounding him. He lost to Antonio Margarito, who allegedly had the illegal hand wraps, and he lost to Pacquiao going down in weight. And there's no shame in losing to Pacquiao.
Yeah, indeed. As you mentioned, the fight of the year, and you can catch it on the Main Event channel, of course, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern. What a fight that will be. Paul, let's turn our attention to some local heroes now. And we talked about a fight just a second ago, about a fight that we do want in Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. What about Danny Green and Anthony Mundine? Is there any possible chance that these two are going to go toe-for-toe again?
Well, there's been a lot of talk in the paper the last couple of weeks, rumours and whispers about negotiations. But as far as Fox Sports and Main Event are concerned, they haven't heard anything from anybody. And if Danny Green was going to fight again, they're such a professional team Green Machine, they would have contacted Main Event and Fox Sports and kept them briefed. So there may be secret negotiations going on, but I don't think they're too formalised at this stage. The problem is, what weight are they going to fight at? Danny was fighting up at cruiserweight. Mundine was fighting at junior middleweight.
Fight him at whatever weight he wants.
But there's actual negotiation. They've got to talk about the money. Is the money still available? They're going to want the same money they got last time. Is the interest there? Maybe this rematch has slipped us by. The reason Mundine's possibly looking at this fight is because he can't get the big fights he wants in America.
Well, that's it. You're starting to think the States aren't going to happen, but it's going to be a big weekend in boxing. Obviously looking forward to Mayweather-Cotto. You say Mayweather at the distance?
Mayweather on points. I think it's a great fight still, and Cotto could beat him, but that's why we watch the fights, to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, and Manny Pacquiao up against Timothy Bradley. Do you rate Bradley at all?
Certainly, that's next month. He's an undefeated world champion in his own right. And also, don't forget this weekend, Sugar Shane Mosley versus the young Mexican star.
That's the
Saul
undercard.
Alvarez,
Yeah.
that's the main support. So if you're going to buy a fight on Main Event this year, this is the one to do it on Sunday. Main Event or your Fox Sports local pubs and clubs.
Yeah, should be an absolute ripper. Paul, great to have you in talking boxing, mate. We'll speak with you soon.
Great to be here.
Okay.